Module 3, we'll talk about idea organization. So why do idea organization and structure matters? Okay, examiners don't just want English words. They don't want simple, just blurting out ideas and in short, simple sentences. For you to score, they want logical points. They want a well-structured answer that sounds confident and that will earn you higher marks. So to learn idea organization, we use frameworks. And I need to repeat this again. This is a learning process. When you are good at it, you don't really do it. It happens naturally. But before it can happen naturally, you must learn the skill so that your brain knows what to do when you are posed with a question. So frameworks can help build answers in your head. Remember, previously I said you're not given paper and pencil to write. In class, when your teacher teaches you speaking, most of the students, majority of the students, they will write, and then they will read what they wrote. That is okay in class, but in an SPM exam, it's not like that. So that is why we have to practice. We have to make ourselves used to getting ideas without writing them down. So let's look at frameworks that can help you get ideas organized. There are 5 frameworks that we will go through, and these frameworks are not fixed. These are just examples. As I said, this will help you get the skill of organizing ideas. Once you have the skill, things will happen naturally. Framework 1 is called the PRE. Point, reason, example. You give your main idea, you give a reason or reasons, and then you give an example. For example, exercise is important because it keeps us healthy. For instance, I jog every weekend. So you see, you have your main idea, you have your reason, and you have your example. So that's one framework of getting ideas when you're thinking mentally. Framework 2, SER, statement, reason, result. Statement, you share your opinion. Reason, you give a reason or reasons. And results, you tell the outcome. It's similar like just now. Because these frameworks are just helping you to think. It's giving you a base to start. If you're already a native speaker or if you are already speaking English a lot, you may not even want to think about this. But if you are learning, then these are the skills that you need. So the example will be, I enjoy reading because it relaxes me. As a result, I feel less stressed after school. So you see the statement, then you have the reason, and then you get the result from reading. Framework 3, PEL, point, elaborate, link. You give a point as your main idea, then you elaborate, you add detail or explain about the point. And finally, link, you connect it to yourself, the listener, or the bigger picture or society. The bigger picture is society. For example, social media is helpful. So that's your point. Then you elaborate. It allows me to stay in touch with friends even when we are busy. This is important because teenagers today need easy ways to communicate. See, this is a longer version of the first two. I'm going to do it again, okay? Social media is helpful. It allows me to stay in touch with friends even when we are busy. This is important because teenagers today need easy ways to communicate. That is PEL. Framework 4, 3S. Statement, support, suggestion. Statement is your opinion. It always starts with your opinion, what you think. And then second one is a reason or example. And the third one is a suggestion. If you look at this, everything is similar but not the same. As I said, these are skills, these frameworks are skills that can help you to reach that autopilot, that autopilot version of you when you have known all the skills for good speaking. But before you reach that, this is what you have to go through. Let's give the example. I think recycling is important. For example, in my school, we separate plastic and paper. We should all do the same at home to protect the environment. Again, it's a logical flow of ideas. And finally, framework by PAR, P-E-R. Claim, which is again the first one, you make a statement. Advantage, you explain the benefit. And then finally, you have your result to show the positive outcome. For example, volunteering is good for students. It teaches us responsibility. As a result, we become more caring and confident. So again, logical flow of ideas. So with this framework, five of this framework, it would be your base for you to train your brains to get ideas flowing logically. Because if you don't train yourself to do this, you will just split out sentences after sentences which may not correlate. And to score, you need to have ideas that flow smoothly. Remember, one strong point plus clear support is better than three random points. So that is why you must practice frameworks before you reach the stage of smooth speaking and smooth idea generation.